Hey, welcome to the Backwoods Gourmet. Today we're going out on the St. Johns River. We're going to set some crab traps and we're going to see if there's any shrimp showing up yet. So y'all stay tuned. Seen when a little intro there, we put out some crab traps. That was last week. All right, we're back out on a spot here this morning. We started off doing a little shrimping and trying to get them dialed in, but the size is really good today. We got a bunch more going in the live well in there, and we're gonna keep for bait because we're gonna do some fishing a little later. So we'll get them dialed in here. Been moving around different depths and kind of finally dialed them in here about 12 foot. So we'll keep after it before it gets too hot, and then we'll go see if we can catch some fish. I already did get a flounder, by the way. We didn't get him on film, but I got a keeper. All right, guys, it's about 11 o'clock. Fishing is not good right now. Tide's wrong, going out, just started going out. Tried it for a little while, all I caught was junk, stingrays, sail cats, stuff like that. The shrimping was pretty good today. I come back to the shrimping spot for a little while, gave him another try. We got about 3 gallons on ice there, and we got that one nice flounder that we did catch. He's not nice, he's just barely a keeper. So what we're gonna do now is take all these little bait fish that we caught over here, and we're gonna go check our crab traps and rebait them. And you know, we're not going home empty-handed, that's for sure. And we got one, and looks like we had one that got ate by the other, because I got a eaten crab shell in there. Ate all the bait. Got one. That's one also. I got two. That's a really nice one right there. There, over there. That's a big one. Another one right there. So yeah, cool. We'll have some dinner. Back to camp. We got a pretty good load there. We got shrimp, we got some fish, including a flounder, and we got some blue crabs. So today, the best thing we're going to use to make them up, the best way I know how, is a Florida low country boil, whatever you want to call it, seafood boil. And this is kind of the way we do it over here in Florida, but there's a million different variations on doing the exact same thing with different ingredients. What we've started out with today is started out with a pot of water, and I steeped all my spices in that water for about an hour here on the propane burner. And what we're going to do right now is go ahead and strain that out. So first thing we're going to do is I turned the fire off a little while ago. Go ahead and take a look down in there. You can see how much color there is in that water. And guys, I wish you were here to smell the aroma coming off of that right there. So what we're going to do is go ahead and strain it out. It's got some coriander seed in it, some bay leaves, things like that we necessarily don't want in our finished product. So we're going to go ahead and strain it. Now I'm just using a regular colander here because I want to catch the big stuff, but not the little stuff. Stuff like black pepper, you know, the smaller grains of other spices. I want them to go through, but I want to catch that, you know, the coarser ingredients, especially like those bay leaves. Since I didn't have whole bay leaves, all I had was the ones that are all crunched up. And we'll get all that goodie out of there, and that's what we're left with in the bottom. So this I'm going to get rid of, and then we're going to put this right back in our pot. And we're going to get that going back on the fire. we got that coming back up to boil right there. This Concord double burner propane stove does very well. You know, we're outside, so here I'm going to go over a few of the ingredients. We're going to put in our veg first. We got a bell pepper. I'll choose a yellow one. Use a green one if you want. I got a couple cobs of sweet corn. I got some celery stalks. I got 2 medium sweet onions. I got a generous amount of peeled whole garlic. And I got a few mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, don't put them in there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and finish prepping all this and get that into the pot first. Man, it smells good. So today I have our Dow Strong knife out again, and this knife has really been a super awesome addition to our tools here at the Backwoods Gourmet. I'm going to leave you a link down in the description box to where you can go and check out their products. There's too many of them for me to list, so I'm just going to give you the link that takes you to their website. Doesn't cost a thing to go look at what they got, right? And they do have several different price ranges of different knives. We're going to go ahead and get all that. And this knife, you got to be careful with it because it'll cut your dang hand off, I'll tell you that right now. So these bell peppers, I'm not going to cut them too small. I want to be probably decent sized chunks. They're going to cook a little while, so I don't want them cooking down to nothing. All right, and I even saved that bottom, so I encourage you to do the same. I'll put those back over on our plate. These celery stalks here, I prepped these earlier. I'm just going to cut these one more time, about that big. Corn, you know, single serving size pieces. Some organic sweet corn. Onion, I'm just going to give him quarters. Okay, back on the plate over there. Sorry about the sniffle, guys, man. It's some fall time. My allergies really start jumping in on us. All right, so let's go ahead and get all this right back in our pot. So I got that nice broth going, and if you want that homemade seasoning blend that I made to make this sauce, well, I call it a sauce. It's I don't know any word to say. It's not really a sauce, but it's our cooking base. I'm gonna leave that for you right at the end of this video. So stick on around if you want to get that list of all the herbs and spices that we put inside here. First thing we're going in with is going to be corn. Ooh, that sucker's hot. And I'm standing over that pot and it's got a fair bit of pepper in it. It's making me kind of get a little choked up, and that's the way it should be. Let's go on in with our onions, celery, and our garlic. Go on in there, we're just dumping them in. This is kind of what I'm showing you is the order this stuff needs to go in here. I'm gonna wait on the peppers and the mushrooms just a minute, and I'm gonna give it just enough water. Hell, even sometimes I use this Dow Strong for a spoon or just to stir stuff around. This shape that has this cross between a cleaver and a chef's knife, I'm really enjoying it. This is called the Crisix, I think. Crisix. It's a Shogun series knife, and like I said, I'm gonna leave you that link right down in the description below where you can go check out all of their knives. All right, now let's go ahead and get the lid back on, let that come back up to full. Guys, puppy bomb time. Here's Cabela, she's at the new place. And she don't know what to think about all this yard she's got to run around in. I mean, it's pretty big. So I wanted to bring you over, show you Miss Cabela, and she's getting really, really messy. I think she's got about as big as she's gonna get, and she's still into everything. She tried to jump on me while ago after she'd been out here in the wet yard, and digging in the dirt and doing all the stuff that dogs do. The other thing I wanted to do for you guys today is show you the progress on our new studio outdoor kitchen. Man, I tell you what, between the weather, my work schedule, and trying to move everything, I haven't got a whole lot done. I did get the big smoker finally up here off the trailer. Had to enlist my brother to come help me get it off. We had to make a path of plywood to get it across the yard because it's been so rainy and so swampy. So we got a few things. You see I got tools scattered everywhere. All right, we scored a great deal on some cedar siding that we're using for the exterior. So back here behind me, you see the wall. We're only closing these 2 walls, and all you guys usually love seeing these guys. So we got the knolls here too, but the cedar's going to look really nice. I'm trimming out everything in black with cedar up there, and we have our exhaust fan already installed. I've already hooked that up, make sure that worked. I got this far the other night working on that gable before I was just exhausted, but doing it on both sides. Of course, we got trim boards going on these corners. We'll trim that back because these posts are crooked. It's going to be a little bit of a chore to kind of make it all look great at the end. And you can see how swampy it is. All right, I had to put plywood down to even put down my scaffold. Hopefully we can get a stretch here without any rain. Get the grass mowed. And we have our electrical in also, our roughed in. So this is going to be our switch right here for our exhaust fan. We had a couple of outlets. I got one down in the bottom for the refrigerator, one for the countertop right there. I've already got that roughed in across. We have not roughed in for the light yet, but we will get that done here as soon as we can get a minute. So that's just a quick update of what's going on at the new Backwoods Gourmet studio / outdoor kitchen. I think it's going to be awesome. I got some great ideas. Can't wait to share them with you. So y'all stick around, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and you'll see the progress of that project along with some great cooking videos. So it's been, I guess we got 3-4 minutes to get all that going. Man, that smells good. I'm telling you. I'm gonna go ahead and go in with our bell pepper. All these ingredients that we're adding are adding layers of flavor to our final product. So we want just enough water in there to keep everything covered, keep everything going. And we got out our old, our old porcelain coated cannon pot there today. Hey, it's kind of nostalgic. So next thing I'm going to do is prep our crabs. This is a big old guy here. I'm going to separate the claws and then I'm going to snap the bodies in half. Now the claws are going to have a longer cook time than the rest of the body of the crab. So we're going to go ahead and pull them off now. See, I'm going to snap that body. Half here, the wind's starting to blow like crazy. Hope it don't rain on us. But I'll go ahead and break those bodies open. You can also break that front mandible piece there off if you like. So that's the few that we got, which is kind of disappointing. Thought we'd get a lot more than that. Okay, so these are all cleaned. I take the shells and the guts out of them. If you want to throw yours in there whole with all the guts and everything in them, be my guest. Here in Florida, this is the way we do it. tell you what, that smells freaking unbelievable. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and just dump our crab bodies in there. I'll leave the legs on them. Sometimes you can get a little bit of meat out of them, especially the bigger ones. All right, so here we're not gonna want to add any liquid really. We got that lid on there. It's gonna kind of steam them. I did want to get that one piece of shell out. Less to pick later. I need to kind of nestle them down into what broth you got. I'm trying to keep that broth more intense. You know, I don't want to water it down too much. So right as I put the crabs in, also I'm gonna go ahead and put the mushrooms in. And those are gonna need, now we're gonna set a timer for 8 minutes, okay? Now remember them claws, I got it about a 2-minute head start. So they're about 10, 11 minutes on the claws, but 8 minutes on the crab bodies. And hopefully we can get this done. I just felt a sprinkle of rain. Hopefully we can get this done without having to move all this back up under some shelter. Been 6 minutes, okay? 6 minutes on the crabs. But remember, we got one final ingredient, and that is our beautiful shrimp. But we just caught wild, all this is wild caught right here in St. Johns River in Northeast Florida. So we're gonna go ahead and dump them in there. And thought I had a spoon, but I guess left it. So I was going to take my spoon now, go down in there. Let me get a hold of this rascal because that pot is hot. I'm going to kind of give it a good stirring in there. I don't really want to put any more water in here if I don't need to. Like I said, any water you put in here is just going to dilute all those flavors that we've been trying to build through this whole process. So I think that's going to be fine. I'm not going to add any more to it. But if you need to, you know, if you need to, think you need to put some more water in it to make everything cook, put it in there. Right now, I want all that stuff to soak up all that beautiful flavor we worked so hard to build. Just last weekend, we did break 100,000 subscribers here on YouTube, and we appreciate and love all of you guys that have subscribed to us over the years and keep coming back and watching our videos every single week. So leave us comments down in the comments section below. I try to answer every single one of those that we can. And if you're really dedicated to the Backwoods Gourmet channel and you really want your comments, you know, always to be responded to, make sure you check out that join button and join all the other like 50 members that we have here on YouTube, and it's very affordable. Okay, so anyway, we just put the shrimp in. I'm gonna check it right now. Oh, see that steam coming out? Up to boil, I'm cutting it off. I just cut the fire off. All right, we don't want to overcook those shrimp. They're going to become like rubber if we do. All right, so once they're up, and yep, oh God, smell-o-vision, insert smell-o-vision right here. That looks and smells unbelievable, dude. I ain't kidding you. So, and you know, the greatest thing about this particular dish, and I know it's going to be a long video, is almost everything in there is caught by me, right? So let's let her cool down just a little bit. Let's get us out a plate and try it up. telling you guys, that is an awesome looking and awesome smelling meal right there. And it's really hot. Let's go ahead and try these shrimp. Let's see how we did there. Normally I bring you in a little bit closer, but you might can see it's starting to rain. Let's get a little try on that crab. I'm gonna take some of that back fin. It's kind of hot. It's that back fin meat. Really, really good. And it's pulling off the shell pretty nice. So we did pretty good on timing. So we got some pepper, corn, it's a great thing about Low Country Boil. You got a lot of stuff going on. Here's mushroom. I think the most important part about doing this is the timing. The second most important part is your seasoning, how much time you spend on that. Some crab claw. Oh, one of my faves. So just follow this little kind of procedure. When you do your Low Country Boil, it's gonna come out perfect every single time. And don't go away, I'm gonna scroll those ingredients for your cooking base with all those herbs and spices to get this whole thing started right now. We'll see you next time. Now it's gonna pour down rain.